Hello everyone, Lord.agion here with another Grey Goo Replay. So on the left side we have Jack000097. May have said one too many zeros. Quadruple 097. And so on the right side we have Hendrounimus, I think. I'm not sure. By the way, I recently got a new solid state drive, so I'm curious if there's any noticeable difference in my recording quality. If you see any noticeable difference, whether it be good or bad, please put it in the comments so I can see if there's any settings I need to adjust. I think I have it right. As you can see here, looks like going to repair subroutines for the human player, just to maintain those repairs outside of combat. Never hurts just to buff out the scratches. While the repair protocols for the beta player is to have the repair bay, which of course I'm trying to highlight it where possible location, but nobody goes for that. Nobody goes for that. Unless I can only see it possible if you get a Hand of Rook and you want to get it repaired up after combat. Other than that, nobody don't even bother getting it. Unless you have some brilliant strategy involving it, then I'll leave that up to you. So do see that the beta player is trying to put some aggression. He does have 5 Commando, 3 Stalker. There's another Commando and Stalker coming forward. Versus 7 Trident. It's a pretty close engagement. He's engaging it now. The reinforcement's still coming up. Probably a bit of a better first initial hits for the human player, but the beta player with its overwhelming numbers should be able to clean up. Some reinforcements come a bit too late, though it would be a nice flank. Tridents are very tanky. They can withstand quite a bit of fire. And we see additional Tridents coming up. I think this is now enough Tridents to overwhelm the... It's actually pretty even. There's 5 Stalker, 3 Commando, all of them bit damage. Repair subroutine still has not kicked in for these units. Looks like it's going to set up his wall segments. Looks like it's just only wanting the 2 segments. Focusing down. Focus fire is very nice. You can see both sides are trying to focus fire. Do maximum DPS, or try to remove the DPS as soon as possible for the other player. As the initial forces were actually pretty close fights, but the reinforcements for the human player are much closer, so the beta player better pull back, regroup if he's planning to apply some more aggression, because... Oh, he does have the wall segments. He's going to try to run commandos on top of it. He gets the commandos on it. He's in very good position. This commando being body blocked, but was not fired upon. So he does have 2 commandos here. It'll take him a very good amount of time to deal with this. Gets this commando on. No, it dies as it jumps on. So there's 3 commandos on. Stalkers cannot be mounted. Or garrisoned, I should say. And he actually does have enough commandos here to deny the refining of that extractor. That is something to know, so he is denying that refining. Looks like the human player is going to come in with a counterattack, avoiding the wall segments. It's a good idea just to avoid it, seeing he takes quite a bit. He will take quite a bit of time just to deal with it. The beta player does have overall less of a force once all this accumulates. As you can see, this refiner going down. And that's actually he needs to get that done now so he can maintain his production. He does get the refinery done, so now his force will be reinforced. And now he's going to go ahead and launch a counterattack. The human player didn't continue enough reinforcements. He actually extended. The beta player is still pumping out more forces. Looks like a wave of force. Even Gladys are out. Gladys are a good option against the commandos, but not so much versus stalkers. With the stalkers in relatively small amount, the Tridents can easily deal with it. Right now, I would say the human player has a bit of a better army composition. He has, with the Gladys and the large number of Tridents, he probably does have superior force, though these mounts do give the beta player a much needed edge if he engages in this area. The beta player should just stay back and probably bring up something else then. Well, more stalkers is a good idea. Perhaps something else to help boost their combat effectiveness. Maybe he is expanding some more. Yeah, he is expanding here. So just applying some, actually a bit of a Goo handbook, a Goo play faction handbook, contain your opponent, prevent them from expanding outwards. So this human player needs to actually start. Oh, nice little thing. He moved the extractor from one side to the other, so the harvesters go around this direction, preventing the deny they're finding. Prevent the deny. And he can't send over to send and deal with the extractor because he will be attacked here. The human player does have a better army composition as I stated before, but more and more reinforcements are streaming in. It looks like it's going to be a one massive Tech 1 fight. Oh, we do have a fighter craft, the scimitar, which is actually going to do quite a bit of damage. With its damage of 17 plus a minor AoE, can do quite a bit of effectiveness versus, especially versus commandos. Since they're smaller, they can be splash damage can hit more of them, so that's very effective. Fighter craft are a very good idea. Will we see some warbirds to counter? I suppose that would be the fastest counter for him. Cloudburst will divert firepower from his ground force, so warbirds will probably be the best choice for him to deal with the scimitars. Let's set up some more walls, but aside he's going to oblige for a flank. Predators will be pretty good for him at this moment. Looks like there's going to be engagement. He's catching the units out front for a little bit extra damage. The scimitars coming in, getting some nice hits on. But there's just a lot of tridents here, able to withstand so much additional fire. This wall segments are up, but it's no longer needed. The flank was very good, allowing him to hit not within this wall. Try and put as many commandos on the wall segments as possible, which is a good idea. He's focused on the wall turrets. The wall, that's actually what these things are called, turrets of a castle. He's garrisoning as many as he can with commandos, but he needs to fall back. He's lost the area. He needs to regroup. He's planning the counterattack. Do we see any additional tech? He's building units, sending units here for an interesting reason. It's way too early for a teleporter. He could just sell off the structures, or he's planning to just let them die off to slow down the army. Ah, he knows their why is there extractor there? Interesting choice. But he will destroy this extractor. But now his army, this small little force, is cut off. It will be destroyed, and there's nothing he can do with it. And that's half of his army. He should be in a bit of a panic mode now. At this point, I think the human player actually turned the tides. Now the beta player is in actually a bit of desperate mode. Well, in a panic mode. He doesn't have anything to really protect against this large force. He does have a handful of stalkers, but stalkers isn't enough versus this number of tridents. Though more and more reinforcements coming in. Does have a cloud burst. Perhaps he should put a wall segment up for it. The cloud burst does get 2 bursts in. Stalker should focus on the Gladys first over the tridents. I don't think he's actually focus firing. Best way to focus fire is select all your combat units and shift and right click on the first unit you want to attack, and then shift click the rest of the units to attack. You basically queue up movement actions for all the people who are wanting to know how to micro better. Trying to rebuild this refinery. We'll try to get a small hub to reattach to it. Well, the recording seems nice and smooth. Frame rate dropped frames at 0%. So I think I'm doing much better in my recordings. A nice hit on the scimitar, but I think he's now built too many cloud bursts. He does, well, 2 is actually probably a good number. But the cloudbursts they're overextended. The cloudburst should just run back to base, and when the cloudburst does go down, bit of a overextended hardware there, but cloudbursts are relatively cheap. They're not like really expensive, but you should try to maintain them, prevent you trying to waste time rebuilding him. Doesn't look like he's going to build any more. Oh, he is going to build another scimitar. A nice bush engagement. You should focus down the Gladys first. Yes, he is focusing fire. He is focused fire on the Gladys, and now he should just focus fire on the tridents that are in the bush. Make them just make a brief moment of fire, not when they're not firing, when they have to go back into the bush. Probably should explain that a bit better. What I'm saying is, as if you hit the ones in the bush, once they're removed, they have to once again move in towards the bush to get vision again once again. The beater player does have. It looks like their finding are equal. Oh, I didn't see this harassment force over here. Nothing too major, just 2 Gladys and 2 Trident. Looks like he's going to eye this extractor. And this is a very nice counterattack. This game has been going left and right. Another major engagement. He's once again focused firing the Gladys, or a Gladys. And it looks like they're just in a... Yeah, they're just in a general attack move, attacking whatever's closest to them. So it does have minor focus firing like that, but it's not the most optimal. While another harassing force over here is getting another extractor. This is very nice harassing from both sides. And these units are just at the edge of the bush, which so they have to like push their way in, allowing these units to maintain most amount of damage as possible. Wow, this human player is doing some mass expansion. There's even an expansion point on his opponent's side of the map, though ignoring this one. No additional tech yet. Dude, the scimitar is now back out, but there is a cloudburst here. Perhaps he should focus on the cloudburst. The scimitar is just hovering above the water, or the cliffside up near the water. You get the point? I'm just looking at the mini-map. I can see that there's a unit over the untraversable ground terrain. He does not get the small hub, so he maintains this refining operation. He is going to hit this extractor. Not sure if he hit the harvesters along the way, but there are 2 cloudbursts here, and this scimitar. He's on the high ground. He cannot be seen above the high ground. This is a very nice angle of engagement. But as he went back over the water, he was no longer on the high ground. He was on the low ground. Water, I think, is considered the lowest ground possible. Here we go. This harassment force is now, on his side of the map. This game is going left and right. More refineries, not refineries, extractors. No tech up, so both sides are just content on tier 1 and supporting with the cloudburst. But we do have a massive amount of armor here. It should be able to overwhelm this force. Note there is another force here. Does he... Yes, he does see it. He actually moved out. Now he sees, oh crap, there's a large force there. They're on a move order. They're not on attack move. That's another problem for him. I don't think he actually realized there's a force there. We do have this force here. He does spot it. There's also note to be 2 extractors here. And looks like there's going to be a mass engagement, maybe the final engagement of the game. I'm not sure. The beta player's army is a bit split up, more split up than he would like. But as this mass engagement, both sides are not really focus firing. The human player doesn't really have any major targets to focus fire. We've got a scimitar coming in. Both the cloudbursts are gone. The scimitar is got half its payload off. Oh, a flank. There's a flank here coming around behind, but the problem is this force is going to be soon shortly destroyed, so the flank is not really much of a flank anymore. Just a new front line to be established. And then the reinforcements flank the flanking, if that makes any more sense. This game is still pretty close. More war factories being set up. Perhaps we should invest some more technology. Oh, there's a flanking force. They're flanking each other reinforcements. That's the best way to describe it. But the attack move is to not engaging the military units or engaging the extractor, which can be debatable on whether you should attack the extractor or attack the military units. I would say attack the military units, remove their presence, and you have free reign of the extractor. He needs to go up and destroy these extractors, in my opinion. If he realizes that they are there. He does see this harvester there. And these harvesters. And once again, the cloudburst running too much forward. He has to be careful of this one. It's fully loaded, so if it will blow up. Yep, he's now going to deal with the extractors, seeing that he can't really contend with the force on the front line. He's going to go ahead and take out these extractors. There was I think a bit of splash damage. Maybe got hit by the exploding collector. But now this force is up here. He's going to come in and trap them. Though there is a bit of a sizable force, it can break out if he does decide to trap. Is expanding out Condor, perhaps for more. Yeah, anti-heavy sentinels. Looks like he's teleporting some of them forward. Just two, apparently. The Scimitars coming back out. Just going to do some more harassing. There is a cloudburst up here, so it's best not to hit that area. And and these extractors just withstanding some fire. And now there's going to be a bit of a pincer movement. But these anti-heavy sentinels will apply some good amount of damage. Cloudbursts do manage to destroy the Scimitar, so now that's out of the game. And these looks like there's just not enough force for the human player. He needs to fall back. This anti-heavy sentinel needs to teleport back. It's not going to last very long. He's streaming in units one by one. This beta player is loving the favorable engagements he's been thrown at. But thanks to the tankiness of the anti-heavy sentinel plus repair tool withstanding additional fire. Oh, we got some artillery out. Now we get some heavier base play. Let's see. Looks like instead of he could have made this much more efficient. He could have got one artillery attachment and one large war factory, but either way, he wants to build faster. That's why he built it like that. Now there's two artillery out. We do not see any artillery text, so it looks like he is not planning to have move and shoot artillery. And looks like the human player has surrendered. This is a very good replay. Though there's not many big tech plays, it was going back and forth, back and forth. And of course, since the end of the replay, the end of the game, there's no smooth camera anymore. But either way, this is Lord Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.